Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be drawing a hand once again. We're going to try and do it in 10 minutes. I forgot to grab my watch off, but we're going to use a pen today because, I don't know, it'll be harder because I won't be able to erase. Oh, I should have started this like 40 seconds ago. Yep, that's good. What color should we use? Let's use the blue because I think the blue is dark. Get it done on my hand. And what kind of hand do we want to do? I want to do a relatively easy one since I am doing pen. And I haven't drawn with pen. Actually, that's a lie. I drew with pen like a day ago, but should I do this? I could do this. No. That guy's waving at us. I think I'll do this. This is pretty easy. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and just start. Or should we do 2 fingers? But then we need to do that. I don't want to do that. We're gonna just do 1. All right. This might be actually quite difficult or quite annoying. I don't really know. All right. Get in here. I don't like this pen. I should have got my other one. I have another pen that is just like this one, but it's slightly different. I don't know why, but that one works way better. All right, yep, sure, that's a box. Now go ahead and get a finger in, another finger. Let's actually go ahead and, fuck it, just get the finger in, and we'll base everything else off this finger. All right. Looking good, looking good. Also, I already forgot, so I think once this says 31, I'm gonna guess that it's 31 is when we'll be out of time, because I forgot already. All right, that's not bad. I mean, if you look at it, it's wrong, because I'm drawing the finger in this perspective, but that's not right. I always do that on accident. When drawing a finger, like from the front perspective, I always accidentally draw it from the side, or like a lot more from the side than I mean to, because I'm just kind of used to it. I mostly draw hands with fingers to the sides. Or I at least usually stylize the fingers to where they're kind of like that, because you can draw fingers simpler that way, and it's easier. All right. Go like that, and then go like that. That is actually not bad, so I think we're gonna keep how most of this is. But we are going to straighten this out a little bit, and go like that. Do that. That's good. There we go. That's actually not bad. I did remember that I can do a darker outline by just pressing solid with the pen and going over it, so we're doing that for the bits that we're finalizing. All right, yeah, that's not terrible. The floor's creaky here. I don't know if you can hear that, but the floors are kind of creaky where I am right now. All right. Which I am recording on the floor in the living room right now. This is not where I usually record. Hence why this guy being here, and hence why the floors are paper. Yeah, I can just draw on the floor if I want to. I'm not going to though, because I ain't got nothing to draw on the floor. Okay, let's go ahead and add in some little circles for the fingers to try and get the fingers in the correct areas. I've got no idea what the fuck I'm saying. All right, it's been about 5 minutes since I started this, and I started drawing at about 1 minute in. So we're about 4 minutes into this drawing. we're not doing bad. We're making decent time, I'd say. We probably should be doing a little bit more sketches than I actually am. I am using a pen, but you can get away with a bunch of sketch lines when using a pen still. I mean, I do a lot. I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to only draw in pen in my smaller practice sketchbook, so I used to just do that because I figured, hey, less erasing, it'll save me some time, and it'll be good practice, because I used to erase a lot, and I definitely erase a lot less now, which is good, sometimes. Sometimes I should erase a little more and redraw things a little more. I do have a bad tendency to just kind of accept things as they are now when I could have fixed it and it wouldn't have been that much effort, but yeah, it is what it is. All right. There. That's not bad. It's definitely not perfect. This finger is pushing up a little farther than it should. But I don't really think that's... Yeah, I can't really fix that, and now it just looks a little weird. But it looked a little weird to begin with, so nothing really changed. Alright, you can actually see little bits of this hand, but we pointed up, so no, you can't. Alright. Go like this. Here. Alright, we got big ol' sections on the hands. We're gonna try and get some wrinkles in, you know. Alright, definitely went a lot more upwards than we drew the rest of the hand. That was a little bit of my bad. Was not fully paying attention. That is definitely one of the upsides of using a picture, is the picture will not move. Using my hand will move a lot. So if I'm not 100% sure what perspective I'm doing, and I'm not paying attention, which I wasn't paying attention to the whole thing because of trying to do this fast, I will run into issues like that. However, it's not that big of a deal actually at all. So that line is actually not there at all except for down here, so that's a little bit of a my bad. Go like this. You know, I feel like one of the things that helped the most out of anything from drawing hands is actually realizing I can use my own fucking hands as a reference and pay attention to like where the lines are and shit on my hands. Like, I know these aren't perfect. I'm adding very crude, like, detail lines, but I do think that that made it much better than what it was. All right. At least I think it does. I don't have any of those drawings where I didn't do that on hand, so we'll never know. All right, I think this is done because there's not really anything I can do since I did this with pen. I can't fix my old mistakes. There's not really much more detail I can add. And I finished this in under 10 minutes. Well, yeah, I guess we're done. I was expecting this to take longer, but I don't know. I didn't come into this with an idea, so yep, we finished. It took us, this is almost 9 minutes, so it took us about 8 minutes to do this. Definitely not bad. I should have done this finger differently. These ones are mostly fine, because if I would have done that one differently, these would also have been done differently, but I think the thumb is actually mostly correct, if not just positioned a little wrong. But, like, it's mostly correct. It could have been a little longer, I guess. Because if you look at that, like, it could have been a little bit longer. It doesn't have a nail, which, I don't know. I don't usually add a thumbnail if I can't add any of the other nails, which I can't. But there's a thumbnail to give it perspective. That looks incorrect because I'm so good at this. All right, that's going to be it. I'm going to end it here. Have a wonderful day. This was probably a very echoey video. This house is empty. Bye-bye.